still got music playing. What's going on with the music? Let's just say StreamYard is not playing nice this morning. Let's see if we can get it off. Hey, look there. Welcome to the April 25th edition of Makers and Movers. Now, this is the last Friday of the month, right? Because next month starts in a week, which means next Friday we will not be here. We're actually going to an event for Release the Kraken. You'll see some stuff on that over this weekend for a new printer. So we're going to go to that on Friday. We also have some doctor's appointments, so no show next Friday. This show is a continuation of Wednesday's show. After we got off on Wednesday, somebody reached out to me and said, well, how do I know, I know how to fire a customer, but how do I know when to say no to the job? And I said, okay, we can 100% do that. And I see, because it'll piggyback off this. So that's what we're going to do today. Now, this is your long time here or first time here. I need to know who you are, where you're from, what's in your cup, and what the weather is like in your area. It's sprinkling here. What's it supposed to get up to? It's supposed to be pretty nice today, I do believe, once we get on this little mess of a cell that it's in. It looks like, it's like 55 hot, a little rain. It's supposed to be in the 70s today, so we'll take it. Little peach vibe to rock the day with it. And yeah, that's what we got. Then 5 things. What are 5 things that you are going to accomplish today? My list is long, and I've got a lot to figure out on it, but things I know I need to get done. I've got artwork that needs to get approved. I've got DTF that needs to get done. I have training that I'm taking this afternoon. I have website that we're developing and order supplies. So those are going to be the ones that I know need to get done today on things. So that's what we got there. And then, like I said, what are your 5 things that you got? Other things we're working on. Looks like mid next month we'll be releasing our marketing agency. I've been working on that. We had a great conversation with multiple people yesterday on how the build out looks, what we're doing with it, and how we're making things happen. So I'm really excited about how that is all going to play out, and you guys will be along for the ride. Those that are currently in our mentorship community, because that's going to be changing too. There's some new products that are going to be for sale, but since you're already in there, I'm going to have you guys take a look at that stuff and just give you access to it. So perks of being early founding member in that, you get the stuff in this, and then we'll see how this all goes. I'm pretty excited about it. Other people have been pretty excited about it. And so, hey, let's see what happens. So look for more things come along with that. I said probably middle of next month is when all of that has come out. Now, let's check in and see how we're doing. Renee, good morning. 15 sunny in Chicagoland, water bottle, coffee, getting ready to brew. Still picking up 5. I know. I'm going through mine, and I'm going to condense these down because a lot of these projects I can probably throw in at the same time. And it's Friday. Friday, I try not to do a whole lot. I've been having issues with Dirk, and me and Dirk might have to have a long discussion this weekend about just Dirk. Come on, Dirk. So I'm right there with you. Barb, good morning. North Central Minnesota, 42, partly sunny, water in the cup. 5 things: banking, order supplies, embroidery testing, prep for X-Tool P2S. Ooh, did you get in clean office? Hi, Renee from Barb, and hello, Barb from Renee. And Linda's checking in. Good morning. Hey, Barb and Renee from Linda. Morning, Linda from Renee. Hi, Linda from Barb. Renee, I'm headed to Chicago for DAX at the end of May. We'll be there, too. They said Friday we're going to get there a little late, which really wild for us. Usually Friday, there early, we go through everything, and then Saturday, kind of, unless we're waiting for a piece of equipment at the end of the show and that, we come in there, we finish up stuff, and we're out there by noon. Completely different this year because we probably won't be up there, but with maybe like an hour or 2 left in the show, if that, because it's our kids' last day of school. So I'm relying on you guys to give us some information, which means Saturday we'll be there longer. We're like, we'll get up there Friday, typically done by noon. Then we'll head to IKEA and we'll have some fun and get back. Not this year. Tim, good morning from Toledo, 66 and 75. Going to be a great day after what I walked into the t-shirt area. It has to get better. Oh, no, Tim. What did you walk into? Tim, 5 things. Start embroidery for next order. Cut film for flat glass job today. Go tin a house. Nice. Add a polo to the Libby store so we can open that. Nice. And still talking with Augusta about a new hat came messed up. Oh, Augusta cannot get your hats right. Can they, Tim? Rena, good morning, everyone. 59 outside, coffee is brewing. Linda's got 70 and cloudy there in Texas. Finished hot tea and iced tea. Yeah, that's a good mix. Empty cups, 5 things. Editing Little League photos, working on Chipley's site, get ready for UV printer, come on Monday. I'm excited for you. I can say that we have the UFI, is that right? The UFI make, that is going to be showing up at us. We don't know when. We don't know if it's going to be before the launch or after the launch, during the launch. We don't know, but we're working on details for that. But that new desktop UV flatbed, I don't know where it's going to fit in a lineup of things. I think it could, but everything that I've talked to and people, it's slow, 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 slow. So we'll see. And Renee says, dark. Yeah, dark's out there. Linda, it's still debating on decks. Last I looked, the vendor list was meh. And that's pretty typical for the DAX show. But new location, new things. We'll see how it all turns out. Linda says she's going up on Thursday, then headed to Hersher on Saturday after DAX until Thursday, spending time with my 102-year-old godmother. That's right, you do have family up here. I did not forget about that. I just didn't remember it. Okay, so here's what we're looking at. We have to know when it's time to say no to a job. We want to protect our peace. We want to protect our time. We want to grow our business. And saying yes to everything might feel like the hustle move. Like we got to do it. But if we are, if we're an apparel decorator, it can be a really fast track to burnout because of the things of how quick and not making money on jobs. So we're going to give you, some ways to say no to the job, how to spot jobs that don't fit with your brand or profit goals, why trusting your gut can really save your business, how to politely turn down those projects without burning those bridges, what opportunity cost really means for makers, and then how saying, how am I going to say this? How saying no kind of opens up the door to better customers, bigger sales. And so that's what we're going to do, is we're going to get right into this here. Because, saying yes does feel good, especially when you're trying to grow. But guess what feels even better? Saying no to the wrong job so you can say yes to the bigger job, louder yeses to the right jobs, and have more money in your pocket. And now, it doesn't matter if you're an apparel decorator or a laser engraver or any kind of maker who's trying to juggle it all. Chances are you said yes to a job that you should have turned down, and that job turned into a giant headache. Let me know in the comments. Have you done that? What was the job? What was the headache? Maybe it was too rushed. Maybe it wasn't profitable. Maybe it just felt wrong, but you didn't know how to back out. So we're going to, go over some things to, maybe spot those signs early so you can protect your time, you can protect your business, and most importantly, you can protect your sanity without any guilt and without any drama. So number one, when it doesn't fit your core products, if a project falls way outside of what you usually offer and you have to buy new supplies or learn a new skill or totally change your workflow to make it happen, probably not a good fit. It falls in that category. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. Saying yes to those random one-off projects might feel like a win short term, but what about long term? It pulls you off track. What actually makes you your money and grows your brand. Now, say you're somebody who's apparel decorator. You focus on this, but a business says, "Hey, can you get us 50 wall signs?" Huh? We don't make wall signs. And we're talking like the wood ones, raised off letters. We're doing this stuff like that. We don't have the equipment for it. We don't know how to do it. Sure, we could probably find some, somebody to outsource this to, or we could buy the stuff to do it. But sometimes on that, do you have a partner that you can just refer them to? Hey, it's outside of my wheelhouse, but let me get you to them. They specialize it and they can help you with it. So, we can just refer it out, decline it, and move on from it. Maybe you made something and, you had a shirt or whatever it is that you make. Let's go shirt. You had this really cute shirt that you made up. Customer loved the shirt and they want the same thing on seat covers. What? There's a lot that goes into it. Is it their seat covers? Is it stuff that you're removing? Is it original upholstery? Is it just a cover? What is it? You're flattered that they ask you, but if you don't know what you're doing, you can spend way more time on trying to figure out how to do this than it's worth. So stick in your lane, dominate that. Don't bring in new things that you don't understand or know how to do that aren't going to be part of your product line in the future. So what you can do is, you just write your yes list, right? Services and products you offer. If it falls outside of that, it's an automatic no. If you're not sure what it is, let's find maybe somebody we can outsource it to have it go to them to do. That's it. You just have that no list. Now, tip 2, when math doesn't math. Math is the greatest thing in the world. Why? Math doesn't lie. Numbers are numbers, and that's just the way it is. If a job won't make you a profit, or worse, it will cost you time or stress or money, you really owe it to yourself and your business just to say no, because not every dollar is worth chasing. Sometimes we trip over the dollars picking up dimes. Pretty sure that's how that one goes. We spend more to make less. It's crazy. It's easy to get trapped thinking, well, it's still something, right? We're slow, it's still something. But if you're barely breaking even on it, or worse yet, losing money, it's not a smart business decision. It's really charity at that point. And last time I checked, I didn't start my business to work for free. So, somebody comes in and they want, 3 custom shirts. They want all different designs on it, front and back. They want it for $15 each. And after supplies, labor, stress, you're making about $1.25 an hour. Hard pass. Just not worth it. Just not worth it. Something rush order comes in. Hey, I have this rush order. We need it by Saturday. Well, for me, that would require that we cancel some events that we're doing with the kids. And we've got to do some other things to be able to meet their deadline. Even with rush fees, it'd still be a loss. I'm missing out on an event with my kids so I can make a customer happy. I'm putting my customers before my family. Just decline it. So what we can do is, what are non-negotiables? We know what is our minimum profit that we need to have. Our minimum timelines and things. Things are non-negotiable. If the job doesn't meet those, or it requires you to break boundaries to fulfill it, it's just not worth it. Not worth it at all. Another one that we've all ran into is, let me let's check back in. Let's check back in. We'll see what's going on over here and what did I miss? Like I said, you're going to tell me the stuff that's in here. Tim said, that hat is what I walked in. Guess they removed all those hats out of stock because of this problem I've had. Hat came in dirty, but overnight the hat turned red from that is crazy. I'm over it. I don't blame you. Rye, how's it been? I haven't seen you live since you were in the car. It's been a while. What are you working on? Working with the PETA customer. Yeah, that's that's always fun. And hey, Renee. Hey, Rye, Tim, Nina. Hey, Barb. And Renee says, as I went down the E1 rabbit hole last night, there was a maker talking about they only do 6 items. They have their jigs. That's it. Yes, absolutely. I don't know what the E1. What's E1? Tell me what the E1 is. But absolutely, I know people that they specialize in this. We just print golf balls. We just do cups. We just do this. That's all we do. Here's the stuff. Here's our lineup. That's it. Nothing else. We're set for this. This is what it is. And that is just it. That is perfect. We know the process. We know everything down to it. We're efficient at it. We're able to do good pricing on it because we're able to get it. It just makes sense on it. All right. Number 3. How about when those customers throw up red flags early, right? Sometimes you can just feel it, that the messages are frantic, their tone is pushy, the expectations are already just out of whack, right? If it's this chaotic at the beginning stage, when we're just quoting things, chances are it's not going to just magically get better after payment. Pay attention to how people communicate with you before money changes hands. If they hassle you, if they ghost you and stuff, or they stress you out before you even start on it, that should be a giant no flashing in front of you. Just no. Hey, when we've ran into this, a customer keeps asking me, what's your cheapest option? Can you match the Amazon price? Not my customer. No, sorry, not going to do it. Somebody's already, I know we've ran into this. Somebody's already texting you at 10 o'clock at night asking for updates before they've even paid their invoice. Red flag, get out. Like, listen, it's after hours. You haven't even paid an invoice. We're just done. We're not going to do it. The biggest one with this is trust your gut. If your stress level goes up every time they message you, even before an order is placed, it's a no. We all have those. When we see something from somebody and you just get that feeling in your stomach, why do we do that to ourselves? Let's just call it done and be done with it. Another one is, how about when these, when these jobs, when they interfere with the bigger, better opportunities? Because sometimes saying yes to that small draining problem could mean saying no to something that's huge, that's right around the corner. Your time is limited. Your press time is limited. Your energy is limited. So treat it all like a valuable currency that it is. Sometimes it's not about the money. It's about what you're giving up by saying yes to the wrong thing. Always weigh the opportunity cost. Let's say you book a $150 custom order that ties up production for a week. Whoa, okay. But during this, you have an order that comes in for a spiritware store, and it's going to be $2,000. Well, you can't do it because your bandwidth is taken up by this $150 order that has way too much customization, way too many things going on with it. And so you can't do it. It sucked. It sucked to do. You agreed to do, one of those complicated one-off designs, but it eats up all your creative bandwidth. And so the next business that comes along and they want 500 shirts, you're just like, I don't want to deal with this today. And so you put it off to the next day. And what happens? They've already found somebody. You just can't do that. So before you take any projects on, ask yourself, if something bigger comes along tomorrow, will I regret committing to this? If no, do it. If yes, don't. Not difficult at all there. And now tip 5, as we get here for it, when it just feels off, right? And you can't really explain it, sometimes the only sign you need is just that little voice that says, this isn't right. You don't need to overanalyze it. You don't need just to justify it. You're allowed to simply say no because something feels off. As a business owner, your instincts are one of the most valuable tools. If you project that, if a project feels heavy or stressful or weird, before it even starts, just listen to that feeling and protect yourself and your business. Maybe everything about the customer looks good on paper, but you can't shake that feeling that they're going to be a nightmare to work with. Trust that. Just don't do it. Maybe the job itself is fine, but something about the communication, the payment timing, or the overall vibe just feels off. You're allowed to opt out. No apology needed. So if you're hesitating hard about accepting a job, just sit back. Take a day and think about it before answering. Give yourself the space to listen to yourself, listen to your gut, and not just your bank account for it. Because it's all about you. You want to be happy doing jobs. You want to be profitable doing jobs. And if you're not happy, then why are you doing something? So wrapping this all up, we can say no, really is saying yes to our sanity. Every time you say no to a bad fit, you're saying yes to better customers, better projects, and a better business. You're not being difficult. You're not being rude. You're being smart and sustainable and pretty much just that badass business owner that you are. So, 5 times to say no to a job, it just doesn't fit your core products or services. The profit margins just don't make sense. The customer throws up red flags even before we start the deal. It's going to block bigger and better opportunities, or just feels wrong. Saying no isn't a failure. It really is your business superpower. So start using it. That's it. That's what we got for you. Got a little time. Questions, comments, concerns, let me know down below. We got stuff rocking and rolling. Like I said, next week we'll be here Monday, Wednesday. because we'll be gone Friday. We do this every Monday, Wednesday, typically Friday, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. So make sure to like, subscribe, and share. By Monday, we should have the wait list available and questionnaire for our new agency that we're working on. So you can go through that. There will be a launch for it. There will be a series to go into it. We will be going over everything. One of the things that I've learned was, I've gotten taken a lot over the years by people who, overpromised, underdelivered, and we want to be the other way. We want to underpromise and overdeliver. We want to give you the easiest tools that you can use. We want to help you the most you want to be helped, and we want to do that fits reasonably within budgets. So we're really working on a lot of that back end things with it, and the same stuff that we are preaching for you to do. That's what we're running through Corey's business. It's not a product of Fat Dad that one started on its own, and we're testing everything that we're talking about in there and doing that. So that'll be our test case for everything. There will be an opportunity for ones that there's 3 so far that are going to be in this, and I think we'll probably up it to 2 more to get 5 in there as we beta test it out to get their thoughts, opinions on things for it, and then there's other things for it. So I'm really excited about what the future is holding for us. Let's see what else we have on here. Sarah, good morning. Late arrival this morning. Was out to breakfast. Ooh, how was breakfast? 48 and partly sunny. Gearing up for the event tomorrow. Nothing else matters at the moment. I'm down with that. Good morning, Sarah, from Renee. Good morning, Renee. And Cindy checking in. Renee, I had something similar. A jeweler friend of mine is only doing coin rings now. Decluttered his shop, only kept the ring equipment, and it's a step before he retires. Yeah, I know, and I see that a lot online where they're just doing one thing. It's the spoon jewelry, or not the spoon jewelry per se, but the utensil jewelry where everything is made out of, forks, knives, spoons, utensils, and that's just it. We're making these products out of this, and then we're good to go on it. All right. Any other questions, comments, or concerns before we wrap this up? Like I say, we do this every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We will get this stuff in there. So we'll start getting that wait list. You'll start seeing that in the descriptions of things. Our mentorship call does start in 34 minutes. So if you are in that, we'll see you then. If you're not, there's still time to sign up before all the increases happen, and you can get in there right there for it. Other than that, you guys have an amazing weekend. We'll be back Monday. We're talking marketing stuff on Monday, so look for that. Try and get that all set up, everything good to go today with it, amongst all of our other things. So peace, love, press on. We will see you then.